Okay, so good morning. Welcome to your general science class. And before starting the class, again, I would like to remind you, please log in with your section also, class and section, name, class and section. Please don't write your father's name. No need, your name, class and section, more than enough. And one more thing, we are not teaching from any particular book. We are revising the last year's portion. Is that clear? When we teach, then I will, our class 4 book. So now I am only revising the last year's portion. Is that clear? So now today we'll start with parts of plant. Yesterday, before winding up, I had told you that plants are divided into 3: herbs, shrubs, and trees. So we can say plants, can put them into 3 categories: herbs, shrubs, and trees. Herbs, shrubs, and trees. Herbs are very small plants. They are smaller than shrubs, and they, like you can say tomato, carrot, tomato, they are very small plants, smaller than shrubs. Very small plants. Very small plants are called herbs. Is that clear? Shrubs are medium-sized plants. Bigger than herbs, they are shrubs, medium-sized. Medium-sized. Is that clear? And trees. Trees are big and strong plants. Big and strong plants. Okay, so here you can see herbs are very small plants. Then shrubs are medium size. You can give the example of shrub as rose, and big and strong plants like mango, banyan, apple tree, they are big trees. And herbs you can write down tomatoes, chilies. They are small, very small plants. Is that clear? So these are the 3 divisions of plants. You can divide them into according to their size. Now, when we come to the plant, we'll start with plant. What is a plant? When we look around, we see many plants. They are big and small. So we have done big plants. They are trees. The medium-sized plants are shrubs, and very small plants are herbs. Now, a plant is made up of 2 parts. This is below the ground, and this is below the ground. That part is called root. This part is called root. The part above the ground, it is called shoot. Okay, the part of the plant below the ground, it is called root. The part above the ground is called shoot. Now, this root, what is the function of the root? It fixes the plants firmly in the soil. Okay, the important function of root, the main work of the root is it fixes the plant firmly in the soil, and it also absorbs water. You have a garden, you must be watering the plants in your pots or in your garden. So what happens when the water goes down? How does the plant takes it? Through the roots. The root absorbs the water and other minerals through roots. This part is called the above the ground. All these plants, trees which you see above the ground, that part is called shoot. Function of the shoot is that it bears branches, it has got leaves, stems, and then It has got flowers, buds, and fruits. These are the two parts of the plant. Now we will do the different parts and their function. So first we'll take root. Root is the part which is below the ground. Just now I told you. So the root. The function of the root that it fixes the plant firmly in the soil. Firmly in the soil. This is the first point. Second is that it absorbs minerals and water and minerals. Root absorbs water and mineral salts from the soil. From the soil. Third is that it stores food. Many roots stores food and the plant uses it. The plant uses it for its survival. Is that clear? This helps the plant. These many roots, many plants, they store food in their roots, like carrot, turnip, carrot. Very common example, you take carrot, gajar. So what happens? It is a root. The plant has stored, the leaf is stored the food in the carrot and we eat this. And this food also helps the plant to survive. So these are the three functions of the root. Okay. So we are doing the functions of different parts of the plant. So the first plant, root spreads out now. First plant is the function is that root fixes the plant firmly in the soil and helps the plant to stand upright. It gives support to the plant. Then the root hair. Root has got small minute hairs. It spreads in the under the ground and it absorbs water and minerals from the soil. Third is that it stores food and this food we also eat. Carrot, turnip, radish. Radish, you know what is radish? Mooli. Carrot, gajar. So all these are roots. They are the part of the plant. Then the next is stem. What is important? I'm explaining that. That much you keep in mind. Then I'll be giving you the PDF I'll be sending you so that you can just go through that PDF also. Okay, that will be the summary of what you have done last year. We are only revising the last year's portion. Is that clear? So next is stem. Now this stem, it keeps the plant upright, straight. It helps the plant to stand straight. It gives support to the plant. Stem gives support to the plant. Then it keeps the plant upright. Upright means straight, straight. Upright means straight. Then it bears branches, leaves, flowers, and this is also in their function. It bears branches, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. Flowers, fruits, etc. And many have got woody stem, strong woody. Now many plants have got strong and woody stem. And some plants have got soft and green stems. Plants like money plant. Every house has got money plant. Mostly all of you must have seen the money plant. Now this money plant, you see, it has got soft and green stem. And so they are weak. They are soft and they need a support to climb. Money plant needs a support to climb. Money plant has got weak and green stem. Weak and green stem. Soft and green. So it needs a support to climb. It cannot stand upright. Support to climb. Okay, so money plant and grapevine too. These many plants, if their stem is weak, soft, so they cannot stand, so they need a support. Is that clear? Now functions is the stem spreads the leaves with the help of branches to get sunlight. Sunlight is a must for leaves to make food. It carries minerals. Stem also carries minerals and water. Minerals and water from the soil to different parts of the plant. To different parts. Okay, so these are the functions. Stem also carries the water and minerals from the soil to different parts of the plant. Then there are some stems which store food in them. In some plants such as sugarcane. Sugarcane is a stem. You know sugarcane, ganna, sugarcane is a stem. Extra food is stored in the stem. Potato, onion and ginger are examples of underground stem. These, you have to keep these things, these examples in your mind. Potato, aloo, then onion and ginger. They are underground stem and they store food in them. Is that clear? So here I had told you when they store food, example is carrot and radish. Okay, now here stem stores food, two stem stores food. Some food is stored in the stem. So you can say example is sugarcane, onion, ginger, you can say potato. You know what is a ginger? All of you know what is ginger? Adrak. So these four are sugarcane, onion, potato, ginger. They are the examples of underground stem. Here the food is stored in them and we are eating them. We eat them. Is that clear? So just again you revise this. Root fixes the plant firmly in the soil, absorbs water and mineral salts from the soil, and it stores food in the roots. Some plants, they store food in their roots. They are carrot and radish. And when the food is stored in the roots, the plants, it uses it to survive. Stem gives support to the plant. It bears leaves, branches, fruits, buds, etc. It carries minerals and water from the soil to the different parts of the plant. So this was about root and stem. Next is leaf. Next is leaf. Now, leaf is the important part of the plant. Why? Because food is prepared in leaf. Where is the food prepared? In the plant, in the leaf. And leaf is called the food factory also. Leaf is also called the food factory of a plant. Structure of leaf, very simple. The simple one I'll tell you. If you see, this is called the leaf blade. The flat part of the leaf is lamina or leaf blade, and these lines you can see on them, some lines running, it keeps the leaf flat, and the middle line is called the mid vein, and these are called the side veins. And this is called a stalk. Okay, so this is a rough diagram of the structure of a leaf. Now, these leaves prepare food, and that process is called photosynthesis. These terms you should know. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which the leaf makes food in there and sends it to different parts of the leaf. The leaves are the most important part of the leaf. Leaves are green. Now, why are the leaves green? These are some important things which you should keep in your mind. So, why are the leaves green? Leaves are green due to the presence of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. Green. The leaf is green due to the presence of chlorophyll. The process of food making is called photosynthesis. Okay. Now, how does a leaf make food? Now, with the help of chlorophyll and then carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. With the help of these, the leaf makes food. Now, chlorophyll, what is the role of chlorophyll? It absorbs the sunlight. During photosynthesis, the chlorophyll absorbs, it has the power to absorb the sunlight. And then carbon dioxide it takes from the air, water from the roots brings water from the soil, and they undergo the process of photosynthesis and sends the food to different parts of the plant. The leaves take carbon dioxide gas from air and light energy from the sun. Food prepared by the leaf is stored in the stem, root, fruits, and seeds as starch. Structure we have done. Okay. Now there are some unusual plants like mushroom and molds. They do not have chlorophyll in them. They do not have chlorophyll and they cannot make their own food. If a leaf is not green, they cannot make their own food. So mushroom and molds do not have chlorophyll. They depend on dead and decaying matter. Dead and decaying matter for food. They depend on dead and decaying matter for food. Then some plants like coleus, crotons, and coleus. Some plants you see their leaves are reddish, brownish, light pinkish, they are not green. Crotons. If you know crotons, you can see, you can ask, or you can see in the Google and all. Crotons and coleus, they have got different color leaves. Okay, you all, I'm audible now. Am I audible? Everyone can hear me properly? Just show me the thumbs. Okay, all of you, good. So these two, now what happens in this? Chlorophyll is there. Though they are not green, light, only little shade of green is there, but it is hidden. Chlorophyll is present in crotons and coleus, but it is hidden. So the photosynthesis process is carried on here. Okay, so these are the important things which I told you. And one more is there, stomata. These are minute pores, stomata, minute pores, small holes on leaves which helps in gaseous exchange. Small holes, small pores you can see, not holes, pores, pores on leaves which helps in gaseous exchange. Okay, so this was about the leaf. Now we'll do the function. Function of leaf. Function of leaf. Now leaves are called the food factories of the plant. I have already written there. Leaf uses energy from the sunlight. This we have done. So the important function of leaf is to prepare food, and it stores food too. Here also, one is it prepares food for the plant. Prepares food for the plant, and it stores food. These are the two functions. And leaves you can say mint and cabbage, example. You should know cabbage is a leaf, sugarcane, onion, potato, ginger, they are stem, carrot, radish, turnip, they are roots. You should know that what are the parts. Okay. And leaves also gives out oxygen, which is very essential for our breathing. Now next is flowers and fruits. The next part is flowers and fruits. Flowers and fruits. Flowers are the most beautiful and colorful part of a plant. You go in the garden, spring season, you see all colorful and beautiful flowers blooming all, and you become happy when you see beautiful flowers. Many plants bear flowers which grow into fruits. Now these flowers, they grow into fruits. Fruits have seeds inside them. These flowers will grow into fruit. And this fruit have got seeds inside. You can see flowers, they grow into fruit. Fruit have got, when you eat any fruit, there are seeds inside that, beej hota hai. So then seeds. Some fruits have only one seed, while others have number of seeds in them. A mango fruit, when you eat mangoes, now the season of mango has come. So when you eat mango, only one big seed is there in the mango. But when you eat papaya, you see many small seeds are there. A mango fruit seed has one seed, while papaya and watermelon, it has got many seeds. Seeds grow into new plants. Farmers grow crops and vegetables mostly from the seeds. Wheat, rice, and pulses all are seeds of plant. Wheat. What is wheat? Gehu. What is wheat? Gehu. All these are the parts of the plant. So this was about different parts of the plant. We have done root, then we did stem, then leaf, then flowers and fruits and seeds. So this finishes our the plant life. So now whatever we did from the yesterday, we did the difference between living and non-living. Okay, then difference, what are the difference, the characteristic features of living thing. Living thing, we did plants and animals. Okay, so we'll just revise it. Is that clear? Living things can move from place to place. That was the first thing we did. Okay, plants also they show some movement in a special way, but they cannot move like us. Okay, it changes its direction with the sun. So non-living things cannot move. Living things can move, non-living things cannot move. Living things need food to live, non-living things, they do not need food to live. Living things grow, non-living things will not grow. It will be like as it is for many years. Living things breathe, non-living things, they do not breathe. And then living things have got feelings, we feel, but non-living things do not have any feeling. So these are the characteristics, these are the differences between living and non-living. Now, when we talk about living thing, that is, then it is about plants and animals. Okay, we come under the category of animals. Now, plants and animals. This also we have done, but just revising it. Now, living things can move from the animals can move from one place to another. Okay, so one place to another, and plants can sense, like it can just sense, it cannot move, it shows the movement, it changes the direction with the sun, it shows some movement in a special way. Then animal, it cannot make its own food. Plants, they make their own food. Breathing, animals breathe through their nose, gills or skin. Plants breathe through their small pores. Just now I told you, stomata. Feeling, animal have sense organs like skin, eyes, and they are highly sensible. Plants have limited respond to stimuli. It cannot express its feelings, but it feels it is hurt when you pull the plug the leaf and all, but it cannot express. So now children, whatever doubts you have, please collect it and ask in the doubt class. And I am sending you PDF. Okay, in that whatever we have done in past 2 days, yesterday we did, today, that difference between living, non-living, plants and animals, and parts of the plant, I will give you that, so you can go through it. Is that clear? So that's all for today. Have a nice day, and you can re-log in again. You can log in. Okay. And children, you have to enter 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, if you come, you will not be allowed to enter the class. And please write section. Okay, and uniform, school uniform. Every day we are reminding, some are without the uniform. Those who are wearing, it's good. We really appreciate. Okay, so take care. Okay, thank you, beta. Bye. Have a good day.
A class teacher who's teaching which subject. So now you are able to see us, you know us very well, but we are still not knowing some of you. We also want to know you, see your faces, and that you are our students. And in that, something is missing. You need to do it. So please, it's a kind request again that when you are entering, many of are doing that, few are left, those who have not done this today even. So some were removed because of that reason. We are continuously writing in the chat to enter with your name, class, section, but it's not done by few of you. So please, from tomorrow, we won't write the instruction again. You have to enter with your class, section and name. Now Karan Raj of A or B section, who is that entering with Karan Raj name, but she seems to be a girl in the video. Ma'am is asking you to write your name that is in the school. Don't know with which name you are entering, and we won't be able to put your attendance then. We are sorry for that. And if you want your attendance, dear children, please come with your name. That is a kind request from all the teachers again. On behalf of everyone, I am telling you. And the other thing, Deshna, this is not the way you should come to the class. It's the guidelines to join the Zoom class is given to you on the website. You shouldn't ignore that. A student should obey what's told to her. That is one of the good quality of a student that we didn't find today in you. You have to come in uniform or with an ID. Many of them are not in the uniform. Then have your IDs, okay? But Deshna, I'm sorry to say that your clothes were not, you shouldn't come with that and be like you are attending a class. It gives a good impression of the child. So I hope from tomorrow, you all will be coming in uniform or with your school ID and will join with your name, class, section, not with Redmi this or Samsung that. This is not your name. Okay? So please, if you find yourself removed, the reason will be these which you are not following. Okay? Tomorrow we won't give you any then chance. I'm sorry, it's been 3 days we are asking you. You should listen to the teachers. You are very nice students and I hope all will understand this. Okay? Have a nice day. Goodbye.